Ah, Spider-Man, Marvel's golden boy, an identity for people of all ages, from toddlers to middle-aged men, a symbol for truth, justice, and great responsibility, and sometimes depression. Today in this video, I will be attempting to do a retrospective on Spider-Man 2 for the PlayStation 5. I say attempt because this is my first time doing a retrospective video. Well, for starters, if you somehow don't know, who is Spider-Man? Well, Peter Parker, of course, but besides that, Spider-Man is a superhero in American comic books published by Marvel Comics, created by writer/editor Stan Lee and artist Steve Ditko. He first appeared in the anthology comic book Amazing Fantasy No. 15 in August of 1962 in the Silver Age of comic books. Widely regarded as one of the most popular and commercially successful superheroes, he has been featured in comic books, TV shows, films, video games, novels, plays, and way more. Now that we have that brief intro out of the way, we can get to the retrospective. Marvel's Spider-Man 2 is a 2023 action-adventure game developed by Insomniac Games and published by Sony Interactive Entertainment. It is based on the Marvel Comics character Spider-Man, and features a narrative inspired by its long-running comic book mythology, which is also derived from various adaptations in other media. It is the third entry in the Marvel Spider-Man series, acting as a sequel to Marvel Spider-Man 2018, and the follow-up to Marvel Spider-Man Miles Morales 2020. The plot follows Peter as he starts his first day as a physics teacher at Brooklyn Visions Academy with Miles as one of his students. But they're quickly interrupted by a rampaging Sandman, requiring both Spider-Men to subdue him. Fired for abandoning the class, Peter returns to his Aunt May's home back in Queens, which he has moved into following her death back in Spider-Man PS4, to meet with Mary Jane. For that, they're surprised by Harry Osborn, who has miraculously recovered from his terminal illness. Harry hires Peter to work at his technology startup, the Emily May Foundation, named after Aunt May and Harry's mother Emily, so they can pursue their dream of healing the world. Meanwhile, Kraven and his hunters arrive to New York. While overseeing a prison transfer with Peter at the raft, a vengeful Miles Morales fails to stop the hunters from capturing Martin Lee, formerly Mr. Negative, who previously killed his father, Jefferson Davis. Investigating Kraven, Peter discovers he is hunting superpowered individuals in search of an equal. Having already killed Scorpion, Vulture, Shocker, and Electro, Kraven attempts to capture Black Cat. However, Miles Morales helps her escape to Paris by using the mystical Wand of Watum, which she had stolen but then was later returned after she left the Paris. After that, Miles and his best friend Genki head to Coney Island to find Quentin Beck, formerly the villain Mysterio, sensing that he could be a target for Kraven. They find Beck at his new attraction, the Mysterium, and Miles heads in to experience what Beck has to offer out of curiosity. In the attraction, there's this virtual world where whatever Miles thinks of becomes true, and since a dream of his that he has is being a musical artist, he plays as a DJ, but then the attraction starts to malfunction, which is later shown from side missions to be Beck's assistants sabotaging him. And from the whatever you imagine becomes reality thing in the attraction, plus the sabotage, Miles sees simulations of Martin Lee and other demons. After taking them down with some new abilities and with the help of Beck, he's able to escape. Peter, Mary Jane, and Harry visit Coney Island to reconnect. While there, the hunters attack the park to capture a reformed Tombstone. While Peter rescues civilians, he's assisted by a superpowered Harry, who learns about Peter's double life as Spider-Man. Harry reveals, on his father Norman Osborn's insistence, he was cured by Kirk Connors via a powerful organic exosuit that physically augments his body. With the exosuit's powers rapidly developing, like giving itself its own emblem akin to Peter's after touching him for just a brief moment. Harry helps Peter rescue Tombstone, while Mary Jane discovers that Kraven has kidnapped Dr. Kirk Connors. The trio attempt to save Connors, but Kraven forcibly turns him back into the lizard, steals the serum needed to transform him back, and mortally wounds Peter. Before Peter can die, the exosuit transfers itself from Harry to Peter's body, saving him. After Peter viciously defeats the hunters with his newly enhanced powers, Kraven develops a sudden interest in hunting Peter personally, as if he finally sees his equal. Peter reunites with Harry and Mary Jane and attempts to return the suit back to Harry, but he refuses to leave him. The three figure that they need Connors' help to remove the exosuit. While investigating Kraven, Peter discovers that Kraven is dying of cancer and is looking for someone who can give him a warrior's death in combat. Peter manages to retrieve the serum from Kraven, who discovers the exosuit's weakness is loud noises. After Peter and Harry synthesize an antidote for Connors, Peter locates him with Miles' help, and eventually defeats and cures him. Upon seeing Peter wearing the exosuit, Connors reveals that it's actually an alien life form called a symbiote. Shocker, I know.
Destroy us?
Which Oscorp obtained years prior from Meteorite and warns Peter to destroy it. Under the symbiote's corrupting influence, Peter refuses and keeps it for himself, despite learning that Harry's illness has returned, straining their friendship in an argument.
You're not yourself. That suit is changing you.
This suit is the only reason I'm still alive.
Yeah, it's pretty great, isn't it?
Why don't you pop some more pills and say what you're really feeling?
Hey, don't!
I'm busting my ass out there trying to save you, and this is what I get?
I said don't!
I saw your story.
I tried to tell you about that.
Yeah, but you didn't, did you?
Well, you heard it. It is official. Quirked up white boys are no longer allowed to bust it down sexual style. Gee, thanks MJ. As Peter goes on in his symbiote-induced rampage against the hunters while asleep, even nearly killing Mary Jane at one point, Kraven captures Miles and forces him to fight Martin Lee. Miles overcomes his anger and resentment towards Lee and helps him escape, directing him to find Peter. Once Lee informs Peter of Miles' location, Peter arrives to storm Kraven's fortress in an effort to rescue him, and nearly kills Kraven, just before Miles intervenes, defeating the corrupted Peter and convincing him to remove the symbiote. Peter captures and takes the symbiote to Oscorp to destroy it, but a desperate Harry intercepts him and reclaims it, transforming into the monstrous creature. After slaughtering Oscorp staff trying to remove the symbiote from him, the symbiote-induced Harry escapes into Times Square, where he defeats several of Kraven's hunters before overpowering and finally killing Kraven himself. Venom convinces Harry to, quote-unquote, heal the world by infecting everyone on Earth with symbiotes, starting with New York. Sound familiar? After that, symbiote-infected civilians start appearing as well as symbiote nests, and so Peter and Miles work together to recreate sonic vibrations to defeat them and safely remove them from the people. Harry and the Venom symbiote then appear at Peter's house to find Mary Jane. When Peter arrives, it's too late and Venom transforms Mary Jane into Scream, but Peter helps her to break free from the symbiote after battling and reconciling with her. As Peter and Miles attempt to stop Venom, Peter is debilitated by a trace amount of the Venom symbiote still within him after wearing it for so long. After Miles settles his differences with Lee, Lee uses his powers to convert Peter's symbiote traces into the anti-Venom symbiote, which can destroy other symbiotes. And after that, Miles gets his Colgate suit. Okay, anyways, concurrently, Venom recovers the meteorite that originally brought him to Earth, and he empowers himself with it, accelerating his infestation on New York. Peter and Miles distract Venom while Mary Jane steals the meteorite and destroys it with the EMF's particle accelerator, destroying Venom's symbiote horde. At Harry's insistence, Peter destroys the symbiote and frees Harry from its control, but renders Harry comatose. In the aftermath, Mary Jane quits the Daily Bugle to run her own podcast and moves in with Peter, who opts to take a break from being Spider-Man to focus on rebuilding the EMF, trusting Miles to protect the city on his own. Meanwhile, Norman Osborn blames the Spider-Man for ruining Harry's recovery. He visits an imprisoned Otto Octavius at the raft to demand their secret identities, but Octavius refuses, taking glee in Norman's suffering. Miles completes his college essay and meets Rio's new boyfriend, Albert Moon, who introduces them to his daughter, Cindy Moon, aka who will be Silk. Well, since the story's done, I can actually get to the retrospective part and actually look back on things in this game, talk about what I like, what I didn't like, how it couldn't be improved for future installments from this franchise, aka the non-boring part for me. So, first things first, what did I like about this game? Well, first of all, much higher quality than the last two games. The gameplay with the fighting is so smooth. The swinging, it's so much faster, and along with the mechanic with the web wings, it makes it so much like more seamless and whatnot. I like that with the web wings, they, depending on what suit you have, they change, and sometimes even with the color style of the suit, they even change as well. You know, with black suits, they change like more alien-y looking, and obviously black. White suits or just any other suits Peter has, they're white, while mainly most of Miles' suits are kind of black but with like a red glow at the end. It's still cool, and along with there being fast travel, it's extremely fast. I mean, obviously, but like, you know, it's just in an instant. That's really nice. And on top of that, there's also when you switch between Miles and Peter, and sometimes you'll like see when you switch to them, you'll see them in like a situation or something, like just meeting with some fans or whatever. It kind of reminds you of GTA, where sometimes whenever you switch to another character, they'll be in like the middle of doing something or whatever. And again, with more traversal. In Spider-Man 2, you can slingshot yourself, or you can like find these slingshot locations, and you use those slingshots, they blast you off. Like, it's insane. Along with, there's wind tunnels throughout the city that you can use. It's just overall really nice with the traversal. And I'm glad that in the game, it doesn't like make it feel like the web wings are just an instant easy. You can still swing around and whatnot, because of course this is Spider-Man. What does Spider-Man do? He swings around.
The web facility is not equipped with airbags.
There are wind tunnels like throughout the city, but they're not everywhere, and neither are the slingshot locations. So I'm glad for that. And another thing is that there are far more tricks, you know, air tricks that you can do in Spider-Man 2 rather than Spider-Man PS4. But I really do wish they still kept the Spidey McMarks Easter egg, which by the way is a reference to Ratchet & Clank, another one of Insomniac's games. Another thing that I really like is in the flashback parts in the game, when you get to play as young Peter Parker, I like that his hairstyle is more reminiscent as to how Peter Parker looks in the original Ultimate Comics, as, you know, he's also a teenager there as well. And it just being one of Peter's most recognizable hairstyles, I feel like it would make sense to have him have that hairstyle when he was more younger. Another really nice thing about this game is the fact that, like, how much more higher quality it is compared to the first game. And I know these screenshots of showing the first game is the remastered version, but it just makes it, I feel like that makes it show how much better it is even more, because it's like, even with the remastered version of a PS4 game on a PS5, Spider-Man 2 exclusively for the PS5, like the graphics on it are much higher, and it's not like these changes are like insane or anything. Like, most if not all these things you won't be noticing, but it just shows that like how much better the quality is from Spider-Man 2 to Spider-Man 1. And it's just like, come on, the rat is like all polygonic and whatnot, while in Spider-Man 2 it has literal fur. Like, that's insane. Anyways, if all these things I'm saying are so good about the game, then why did it have like such a rocky beginning when it came out? Well, I got a couple words for you. Sweet Baby Inc. Now, what is Sweet Baby Inc.? Sweet Baby Inc. is a Canadian narrative development and consultation studio based in Montreal, founded by former Ubisoft developers, including scriptwriter Kim Belair and product manager David Bedard. I apologize if I messed up those names. The company consults on video game narratives during development to promote diversity, equity, and inclusion within game narratives and studios. Sweet Baby has consulted with several developers in games including Sable, God of War Ragnarok, and Alan Wake 2. In 2023, the studio became the target for online users who claimed it promoted a quote-unquote woke agenda. So what was the role that Sweet Baby Inc. had with Spider-Man 2? Well, Sweet Baby Inc. was hired to provide narrative consultation, character work, and sensitivity readings. Specific focus reports indicate their involvement included working on character storylines for Kraven and Harry Osborn. Why were they so controversial? Critics, particularly on social media, allege that Sweet Baby Inc.'s involvement forced diversity and progressive narratives into the game. Specific complaints mentioned the critics included the portrayal of Mary Jane, the inclusion of the character Haley, and the ideological influences. Despite the controversy and claims of ruining the game, it did very well, obviously. So basically what the controversy is saying is that apparently Sweet Baby Inc. makes some things unnecessarily worse for the sake of diversity. And I'm gonna be honest here, I will kind of agree that in some cases that could be true, because the story for Spider-Man 2, although not the worst, it did seem a bit rushed, and Peter Parker was definitely nerfed in some cases. However, to show that not everything is as what it seems, the side mission Find Amori is where you play as Miles Morales and help a student named Vijay plan a surprise homecoming proposal for his boyfriend Lucas. The mission involves clearing a generator and setting up romantic clues based on their relationship at Brooklyn Vision's Academy. The mission culminates in a surprise proposal in the school quad, with the couple thanking Spider-Man for his assistance. Personally, even if this mission was created from that DEI super woke narrative, I don't hate it. I actually like it. It's not only just kind of wholesome, but it shows that no matter kind of problem it is, whether it's saving New York from an alien invasion or just helping someone with their homecoming proposal, Spider-Man is there to take care of it. Now, what else can we talk about? Well, I guess we can talk about the adaptation this game has of the symbiote storyline compared to the comics. Firstly, the symbiote storyline in this game is more or less kind of the same as other symbiote storylines, which, if you don't know, the original symbiote Spider-Man storyline is not as what you may seem if you're not a huge Spider-Man fan like me. It wasn't that an alien from a meteorite crashed down from space, and once Peter Parker had gotten in contact with it, it started making him all angry and moody and grouchy and whatnot. What it really was in the Secret Wars storyline, Spider-Man had came in contact with this Venom symbiote, and instead of it making him all rude and annoying and dickish, it just made him stronger. And the only negative thing that it really had on him was that the Venom symbiote would be using his body while he was sleeping to carry out Spider-Man heroics at night. And the only reason why Peter removed it was because after he went to the Fantastic Four to find out why he was feeling so weird, Reed Richards revealed to him that he was essentially wearing an alien, and that freaked him out so much that he wanted to get rid of it completely. And because of that, Venom felt betrayed, and that's why he became a villain in the first place. Now, it's a little different when it comes to this game and how it adapted it compared to other things, because in other stuff, like in Spectacular Spider-Man or Spider-Man 3 or Spider-Man Web of Shadows, when the Venom symbiote makes him more rude, more mean and whatnot, that's just because Venom is evil in those. While Venom isn't exactly inherently evil at the start of this game, because remember, Harry Osborn was using the symbiote before Peter, and he was completely fine, he was perfect, he was amazing. While when Peter had it, he became all rude and whatnot. So, me personally, my theory is just kind of like it being a little bit of a reverse. So instead of Peter just being possessive over the symbiote immediately, the Venom symbiote became possessive over Peter's powers and got greedy over that, and so it forcefully influenced him to not let him go, because the Venom symbiote could, use his body some more. You know what I mean? I don't know if I explained it very well, but I hope I did. So, as we're nearing towards the end of this video, here is the big question that I'm finally here to answer. Was Spider-Man 2 for the PlayStation 5 a bad game? Even with its particularly rushed story and its handful of terrible costumes, the game is amazing. It's fantastic. It's sensational. It's spectacular. Whatever, It's a good game. It's a great game even, I can have a couple more Spider-Man games over this, but that doesn't mean this is a bad game. This is a very good game. Gameplay-wise, this is so much better than the first two games, but I'll stand on this. The first game, Spider-Man for the PlayStation 4, the story in that was fantastic. I love it so much, and I will die on that hill. So, anyways, that's the end of the video. See ya.